Oh yeah, this is your sister's wedding.
Yeah, it was really nice.
It was. Who made these?
You know she did. She did like most of the decor for her wedding.
Oh, she did?
So I was thinking about having her on the show because she's going to do like a website, like a DIY website. It was pretty cool. And I can't believe she did all this. I mean, really, because I can't do anything.
You know I have no artistic talent whatsoever.
I probably need to go on her website to get some of these ideas for myself. I'm not even married again.
I don't know.
To do it for myself.
You got that kind of money.
Yeah, but I'm probably have her back on the show. And kind of like do a recap of like, because initially she was sweating for the dress. And we can do a recap of where she is now as far as her goals are.
Yeah, I mean people probably want to know, since you did the whole feature in the first show of the Skinny, then
And I want to know too, because I'm just curious of where she is now with her goals, because I know she was trying to lose weight for the wedding, and now how things are going now as far as that'd be kind of cool. And then I get to chat with my sister too.
you should hit her up.
Yeah, I can do that. We are family.
Come on!
Yeah. It's my time, give me room, let me shine. I'm so high off alive, all my dreams came alive. My reflection is me, and I like what I see. Give me room, let me shine, let me shine. Let me shine.
Hi and welcome. Thanks for joining me. So my name is Amber, aka HippyFitMom, and I'm a mother of 2 beautiful children and a wife to the hottest man in the Air Force, my husband, Jerry.
1, 2,
Do it again. But that's not it. I'm very multifaceted. So I'm addicted to reality TV. From Real Housewives, House Hunters, Total Divas, and I'm also addicted to infomercials. There's P90X, Insanity, oh, and there's New Wave too. New Wave, yes, I really like that too. And I like to cook. Okay, I'm lying, I don't like to cook. That's not my thing at all, at all. Oh yeah, and most importantly, I'm a fitness and health nut. And I'm also an entrepreneur, so that's better. So today I wanted to play what I like to call the sharing corner. So I wanted to share this article I came across on mindbodyandgreen.com, How to Love the One You're With. So we're talking about relationships and how we can take our relationship to the next level, wherever that is for you. So let's get right into it. Number 1 is to focus on what your partner is and not where he or she isn't. And I think that we all can relate to that at some point in our lives, because we tend to focus on the negative when it comes to relationships and respect to the other partner. And yeah, we always focus on what they're not and not what they are. So I think everyone can really relate to that. And another thing in the article that I found interesting is that they said also if you're a glass half empty type of person, that's what you tend to do, is to focus on the things that you don't like about your partner and not really the things that you like. So going forward, let's focus on the positive when it comes to our partners. And number 2 is to remember that there's 2 qualities to each side. So in other words, that means that each quality has an upside. And number 3 is to recognize that longing is not love. One thing that I found interesting in the article is that they mention how when it comes to love, that the other person, well actually both parties are really committed to being there fully for the other person. So you shouldn't have to long for the other person, that you're committed to being there for each other. So longing is not really love. And I found that very interesting in the article. And number 4 is to recognize that it's really not your partner's job to complete you. Sometimes we get into a habit of thinking that when our partner's not completing us, that we have to look elsewhere. And it's really not the job of our partner to complete us. Though, in my opinion, they do complete us. I mean, I think that coming together and creating a union where the other person's weaknesses are the other person's strengths is just a beautiful thing. So I think that coming together and being complete is definitely a great thing, but it's really not your partner's job to complete you. And number 5 is to let the fantasy of a perfect partner shatter. Basically what it's saying is that, no one's perfect, and you grow up thinking that, yeah, you're going to get married and you're going to get into a long-term relationship, whatever the case is, that this person's going to be this way. And you really can't think of that. You can't think that way because no one's perfect. No one's perfect in this world of ours. So we have to really realize that we're all imperfect, that we're all going to have mess ups, and that's just it. I mean, a perfect person does not exist. So you can't expect your partner to be perfect either. So I want to hear from you. What do you think? Do you think that there's a perfect partner for you? What are some of the challenges that you face in your relationship? Tweet me at HippyFitMom and let me know, and let's talk. So I had the great pleasure of doing a recap of one of the episodes of the Skinny that I did with Tiana, our guest, and let's transition into that. Check it out. Go! Transition! Go! Hi everyone, and welcome awesome people of the world. Welcome to the Hip Spot, Getting the Skinny with HippyFitMom, and I am your host, HippyFitMom. Thank you so much for joining us for our very first episode. Let's have some fun. Most of us hold many different titles, including a spouse, parent, sibling, friend, and everything in between. I hope within this small window of your day, you can just be you. Whatever that is, so toss those other titles aside for a small moment. As with every episode, I hope you will go forth with your day inspired, motivated, and confident. So, we have a great show. We are talking trending topics where we're discussing what is trending in the media world. And this week we are playing my favorite segment, Advice from My Pinterest, and announcing the awesome product of the week that makes our hectic lives a little easier. Feel free to join the conversation by tweeting me at HippyFitMom. Tiana Culley. I'm not used to saying her new last name. So she was recently on an episode of The Skinny on YouTube, sharing with us her health and fitness goals and her struggles as well. She was sweating for the dress and is now married and settling into her new role as wife and doing a lot of her own stuff for her wedding. She will be sharing a lot of her own creations, great projects, tips for your mama. And I was there and it was awesome, very creative for sure. And I honestly can't believe that you did a lot of your own decor, which I have no clue about. So join me as I chat with her as we recap about the goings on since her appearance on the show. Hi Tiana, thanks so much for joining me for the conversation. So before we get into it, I just want to say congratulations on your recent nuptials.
Oh, thank you very much. And thank you for being there.
Oh, definitely, of course. I couldn't miss it for the world. Why would I? So are you ready to get into the convo?
Yes, ma'am.
You sure?
I think so.
So let's jump right in. So let's get into trending topics. So what was trending on Twitter was hashtag couponing. So I did a search with hashtag couponing and came across great resources for those who are on a budget, i.e. me. So are you on a budget, Tiana?
Most definitely. I am, every time I go grocery shopping, I am looking at coupons before I buy, looking at deals. I think I learned that from our mama.
Oh yeah, definitely. So I wanted to share the top 3 couponing resources to get your saving on. So the first resource is couponmisa.com. The Couponmisa is a young, at-heart businesswoman from St. Louis. She loves deals and all things frugal. So if you're looking for awesome deals, check her out at couponmisaqueen.com. And our next resource for great deals is mom2save.com. This is a great blog and has a sleek design and very easy to navigate. On top of great deals, you can find some awesome giveaways, tips, and DIY ideas. It is a one-stop shop for all of you creative moms out there, which definitely is not me. So me and DIY don't get along at all. So I want to know from you, Tiana, what kind of DIY products do you enjoy?
I actually got a silhouette cameo last year to help with some of the wedding planning, and I just got it for one purpose, but then I found so many uses for it, and I love that machine. I'm constantly, actually before I started talking to you, I was looking on Pinterest for ideas of what else I can do. So that's my main thing, because you can do clothes, you can do glass etching, you can make things with, just anything.
Yeah.
And you can use it for your home decorations.
So for those that are not crafty, like me, what is that? What is it really? Is it like it creates designs for? I mean, what is it?
Someone gave me this name. It's just a fancy paper cutter.
Oh,
It can cut. You just pick a design and choose what kind of media you want it to cut it in. You can cut it fabric, vinyl, heat transfer vinyl, paper, anything you want, and it will cut it out. And then it can make stencils. It can do rhinestone stencils. They can make the little rhinestone shirts, and like I said, I've used it for everything, and I'm still using it. I actually did a bookshelf the other day, and I actually cut out some vinyl to add to the bookshelf.
And I think we have a picture of that, so I'm going to show it. Oh, that's nice. That's so creative. I guess it sounds like it's something easy even for someone that is not, I don't know, inclined, or I don't know what the word is. Like, I'm not very crafty at all, so it seems like it would be it could be used by someone like me too, right?
Yes, I would say so, because all you gotta do is just choose a design, send it through the machine, and it'll cut it for you.
Awesome.
You don't have to really do anything special. If you want to make it a certain size, you can change it, and that's the basic stuff of it. There's more advanced stuff to it, but the basics is just sending it through the machine, getting it cut, and then just applying it to whatever you want to. Like those little vinyl writings on the walls, you can actually do stuff like that with it.
Cool. So I have those.
I know, that's why I mentioned it.
I get them from the dollar store. Like, I'm looking at one right now. It says, go confidently in the direction of your dreams. And I have to remind myself of these sort of things all the time. It can get pretty tough sometimes.
Yes. So you can actually just, type up what you want it to say, and it'll send it through the machine. I'll cut it out.
Awesome. And our number 3 resource is drugstoredivas.net. This is a fantastic resource to get your deal info quick and easy. If you're looking for some deals, then this is the place for you. And it's great because if you're in a hurry, and who isn't, you can just go there real quick and get the update on the latest deals. So Tiana, I was perusing Twitter and I came across this tweet from Smart and Sassy Mom at Smart and Sassy Mom, and it says, #moms, if you had to choose what would you say is your biggest struggle as a parent? So one of the things you talked about on your episode of The Skinny was you becoming an instant mom. So what is the biggest struggle you face as an instant mom?
I would have to say probably, being able to work together with the other parent that's involved to make sure, we're looking out for the best of the child, for the best interest of the child.
Yeah, definitely. And I think even outside of that, even being a married couple, sometimes that's difficult. You're two individuals coming together, and you might have different ideas of how a child should be raised, and coming together and actually, like you said, putting the kids' interests in the forefront, because even being married, that's difficult as well. Definitely. Mm-hmm. So, well, for me, I would have to say my biggest struggle as a mom would probably be living by example. Because I have to say that I'm not perfect, and I make a lot of mistakes in front of my kids. Like, sometimes I might have a cuss word slip out of my mouth. Sometimes, maybe a little bit. And a little bit. Because sometimes I have to teach my kids to develop their coping skills. Like, if they don't always get their way, they can't always throw a tantrum. But I sometimes, a lot of times, can lose my cool when it comes to certain things. So, for me, my biggest struggle really is living by example, because, you teach your kids to be one way, and then you struggle with it yourself, so.
Exactly. I know I have said some things I probably shouldn't have said.
Yeah.
And it got repeated.
Yeah, and I think that happens to all of us. Now it's time for my favorite segment, or one of my favorite segments, Advice from My Pinterest. So a lot of us go to Pinterest for inspiration, motivation, and for some of us, me included, advice. So this is what I like to call Advice from My Pinterest, where I share great advice from pinners. So typically we do quotes, but since we have this new platform, we can share pictures. Yippee! So here are some of my fave pins from Pinterest.
Alright, the first one was from, it was not from. Alright, the first one says, never waste your time trying to explain who you are to people who are committed to misunderstanding you.
Definitely. Yep. Yeah. I think we all can relate to that one. For a long time for me, I spent so much time and effort really, trying to get people to understand me and who I was. And sometimes, due to certain demographics, we are kind of categorized a certain way, and we might not be that way, and people want to kind of put that on you, and that's not who I am. And sometimes you try to, this is who I am, and you want to keep telling people, this is me, and this is who I am, but they don't want to hear it. So it's really not even worth the effort. I mean, at this point in my life, I realize that, but I think for growing up and for a lot of younger females especially, that's a lot. That's typically what we go through. It's trying to pretty much find our identity. Pretty much find our identity is what I would say,
Yeah, there was a time where, I feel like if you're trying to, get these people to understand you and they weren't, it would drag you down. And as I got older and I, removed those people from my life, you feel a lot better about yourself. You can feel like a weight has been lifted off your shoulders.
Definitely.
So.
You definitely have to get that toxicity out of your life, because, like you said, that will really bring you down. And you really want to surround yourself with people that are going to lift you up. Plain and simple.
Yes.
So what's our next pin?
Okay, so often in life we forget the things we should remember and remember the things we should forget. I know I'm very good at remembering stuff that I probably shouldn't be remembering, and and I like bad things that happen and quick to bring those up, but then forget about the good that actually outweighs those bad moments.
Definitely, and I think a lot of us, we always tend to focus on the negative. I mean, I hate to say that, but that's the truth. Sometimes we do focus on the negative, but you kind of have to rewire yourself to think about the positive. And if you're, especially if you're brought up a certain way, it's hard to let that go. But I mean, the first step is awareness. If you're aware of that at this point, then that's a great step. So we can always try to do better.
Okay, the next one. A true relationship is two imperfect people refusing to give up on each other. I agree on that. Most definitely.
Most definitely. I think all married couples can agree on that. It's funny because it's hard. To me, that's a hard thing to do too, because it's hard to break away from thinking of things from your perspective. We do that all the time. I mean, we're kind of wired that way to just think of things from our perspective, and especially when you get married and get into a relationship, you have to consider someone else's perspective all the time. So
yes.
it's difficult, and I definitely agree with that.
Yes, and also the fact that if the other person is not living up to your expectations, as far as, okay, I expect this person to pick up this piece of trash, but they have always been like that, when they're around you, and then you just kind of have to, I don't know how to explain it, but
marriage only makes it worse. I said marriage only makes it worse, because a lot of times people are like, they were a certain way before they got married, and then when they expect a different result after the marriage. If anything, it's gonna get worse. So don't expect it to get better. Like, that's my thing. Like, people are like, oh, when we get married, it'll get better. I'm like, no, honey, it gets worse.
It gets more comfortable.
Exactly right. So let's move on to our next segment, the look of the week. This week's look of the week was pinned by Laura Moody. This is an awesome look for spring 2014. I love this. It's so cute and easy, and I love when fashion and comfort collide. Laura pinned this look to her runway board. Thanks, Laura, for the awesome pin and style. Did you see the pin? What do you think of it?
I think it would be cute for you.
Oh.
But for someone like me, like, I couldn't get away with wearing something like that. I guess it depends on your type of style, and I like that style, but I know, like, it doesn't fit, my personality overall, and so I probably couldn't pull it off, but I know you could.
I mean, I wouldn't pull it off either. It's really not how I roll, but I think it's cute. I think it's a cute outfit. It's real easy and, comfortable for, like, I love, like, maxi dresses because it's, like, it's still be stylish, throw it on real quick. Usually wrinkle free, and it's just like quick, get out the door and go.
Yes, I love them.
So I'm a huge fan of awesome products. Big. So now it's time for the awesome product of the week. And this week's product is the 30-day abs challenge workout program. A workout program focusing on abs and core exercises. The 30-day abs challenge focuses on the fundamentals of power generation and core stability without the use of any equipment. These core-based workouts strengthen your entire midline and core for an overall increase in any athletic performance. As a result, this program will help you develop a nice set of abs. And who doesn't want that, right? I know I do. This book provides 30 days of abdominal focus workouts that can be performed by themselves or in conjunction with your daily workout routines. So this is the awesome product of the week. Gotta get that tummy right. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, season's coming up.
I know, right? So, Tiana, I have to ask, and I ask this question a lot on the show, how has your journey been when it comes to your goals, both personally and professionally? Can you offer us some advice that has helped you on your journey, or some lessons learned?
Well, I kind of slacked a little bit right after the wedding.
It happens to the best of us.
We're back into it, and I feel like just as long as you try not to drag it out and try to at least, for majority of the time, if we did not exercise or we ate unhealthy and went out, it was probably just for one meal, and that would be dinner. So we would try to at least, start with the next meal instead of the next day, with making sure we are trying to reach our goals. So I would just say probably just to stay focused and also plan ahead, because if you don't plan, then that makes it easy for you to fail.
But
Okay.
I think two things that you can do is like you said, plan ahead, and then another thing that I find works for me is live like there's no tomorrow. Like sometimes we get in a pattern of I'll do it tomorrow, or I'll do it the next day, or something like that I always think of well, what if I can't? If I can't do it, I want to do it now. And that's sometimes to my detriment, really, honestly, but it really gets me up and going. So definitely plan and act like it's not going to happen tomorrow. So not put it off and everything. That's why I try to get up, get it done, and it's over with. Because how many times does something always come up and it's oh, I can't go to the gym, so I always just try to get it out the way, and before anyone wakes up and starts bothering me, saying, mommy, 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 and get it out of the way. So that's my thing. I'm going to get it out the way. Yes. So, and it's about that time, Tiana. It is the end of the show. But before we go, Tiana, tell everyone where they can digitally find you, and tell them about your new site, your DIY site.
Okay, it's not just going to be just the DIY site, but it's going to, I'm going to try to add, just recipes, any type of tips, anything's going on in my life, like my health and fitness. But I also wanted to share a lot of projects, especially with the wedding, because there are some things I know, weddings are expensive, and I was constantly looking for ideas of, things that I wanted, but, if you were to buy it from someone else, you would be paying a lot of money, and there wasn't many things out there to tell you how to do it yourself. So I wanted to share that, and I had started to make a website just for wedding ideas, but then I was I also like to do other things, and I wanted to share that with people. So I figured, why not combine it all? And so I've been redoing the site, and I'm hoping I would have it up in April, in the beginning of April. I do have some articles out there right now. And so my website is Tiana-Chanel.net.
So we are out of time, but thank you so much for joining me for another episode of The Hip Spot, where we're starting great conversations and giving people a way to connect and share their opinions and gain insight. As always, I really appreciate it. And please keep the conversation alive by spreading positivity with others. If you would like to be part of the show, definitely email me at hippyfitmom@gmail.com. Let's keep in touch and connect with me on cartoon.tv and leave your comments on the show as well as at hippyfitmom.com. Make sure you check out Tiana on her website and follow her on Twitter. I will post their information on my Facebook page this week. Be the best you can be and push yourself to do and be better. And until next time, stay positive and be yourself. And I will see you later.
Bye.
Yeah. Yo, this is a stick up.
Stick up. I am home, it's my time, give me room, let me shine. I'm so high off alive, all my dreams came alive. My reflection is me, and I like what I see. Give me room, let me shine, let me shine.